up a tombstone and dim the lights. I'm Grim, Overlord of the Unseen, here on the Evident Conspiracy Files, the podcast where we don't just dig up shadowy graves, we exhume the ones the government buried in black budget vaults. Tonight, in Government Ghosts, we're slicing straight into the bleeding heart of 2026's so-called disclosure circus under Trump 2.0. Those shiny new files on aliens, UAPs, crash retrievals, and the juicy inner workings of Lockheed Skunk Works black magic. But oh, my skeletal friends, they're not here yet. And I'm going to tell you, in excruciating, bone-chilling detail, exactly why, who's lying, what the whistleblowers screamed on the House floor, why Lue Elizondo is the skeleton key to this whole crypt, and most importantly, what the elites are really hiding, so you stay broke, scared, and convinced you're just a lonely little ape on a rock in need of their help. Because if you knew free energy was already here, wars wouldn't need oil, and the poor little me illusion would shatter. Well, their control grid crumbles like my old femur in a blender. Grim side-eye. Trump says, "Release the files," and the Pentagon goes scrambling. Yeah, like a zombie at a buffet. Slow, messy, and still hungry for your tax dollars. Let's begin at the bone.
Picture this. Conspiracy Carnivals, February 19th, 2026. Obama drops a podcast bomb. Aliens are real. Then backpedals like a politician on ice. Statistically, somewhere out there. Trump, never one to miss a spotlight, fires back on Truth Social. Tremendous interest. I'm directing the Secretary of Defense. Good old Pete Hegseth with the alien emoji. ODNI, everybody. Start identifying and releasing every government file on alien life, UAP, UFOs, and all connected matters. Boom, public goes feral. Alien.gov and aliens.gov. Domains get quietly registered by the Executive Office. White House tweets, "Stay tuned." Hegseth says the Pentagon is scrambling. AARO, that fancy all-domain anomaly. Resolution Office suddenly admits their caseload jumped past 2,000, with 1,000 stuck in active archive limbo. Sounds like Disclosure Day. Right. Wrong. As of right now, 26th of March 2026, not one fat folder has dropped for public eyes. Zip. Nada. Why? Let me peel this corpse, layer by layer. First, multi-agency security reviews. This isn't one guy with a red stamp. It's the Pentagon, ODNI, the CIA, the NSA, Air Force, Navy, NRO, DOE, and a dozen contractors all circling the wagons. Every single document has an originating office, the agency that classified it in the first place. AARO can't just snap its fingers and declassify. They have to beg the original owner. "Pretty please, can we let the peasants see this?" And the owner says, "Nope, sources and methods, tech that's still secret, foreign relations damage, operational security, redactions galore." Imagine a UAP video. The orb is shown, but the radar frequency, the sensor type, the exact location grid, the pilot call sign, the satellite that fed it, all blacked out. Because that tech, it's ours, or someone else's, and admitting it might reveal we have plasma stealth, anti-gravity prototypes, or drone swarms that look exactly like the Tic Tacs pilots keep chasing. Yes, some of these sightings, the whistleblowers describe, they could absolutely be classified US or adversarial tech. Black programs don't advertise. Skunk Works, Area 51, Pine Gap, they've been testing exotic propulsion since the 1950s. Reverse engineered, stolen, parallel, doesn't matter. The point is, if a Navy pilot sees a craft doing 20,000 miles per hour with no heat signature off San Diego, it might be ours. And they'd rather let you think alien than admit the military-industrial complex has god-tier toys funded by your paycheck, all while fuel hits over £7 a gallon. Well, something like that.
Classified gov tech. Like when your boss says the missing money is an accounting error. But really he bought a yacht. Same energy, bigger budget.
Bureaucracy timeline. Each review takes months. The legal sign-offs, appeals, then NARA digitization, then public posting with heavy redactions. Trump's EO sets the process in motion, but it doesn't override classification law. AARO's own September 2025 info paper admits, declassification is deliberate and time-intensive. Information must remain classified when disclosure could cause exceptionally grave damage. Translation: we'll drip feed boring sighting reports while the juicy crash retrieval memos stay locked until the heat dies. And here's the conspiracy meat. Why trust they'll ever release the real stuff? ARO has spent years saying, no ET evidence, no retrieval programs, most are balloons. They've attacked whistleblowers publicly. Former director Sean Kirkpatrick called some liars or grifters. Congress keeps passing UAP Whistleblower Protection Acts, and they get stalled or labelled non-germane. AARO's 2025 Annual Report and Volume 2 Historical Review. Overdue, silent. Yet these programs are taxpayer funded. Black budgets estimated at over $100 billion annually across special access programs. You pay for the reverse engineering hangars at Lockheed, the biologic storage, allegedly, the psychops to discredit pilots. But you'll never see the line item, Project Non-Human Craft Harvest, $2.3 billion. Will classified programs be mentioned? Hell no. National security. Who knows more, but can't say? The ones who signed the 50-year non-disclosure agreements. Former head of defense, DNI chiefs, certain presidents. Trump claims he was briefed, but doesn't know. The ICIG who got Grush's complaint. The contractor VPs at Lockheed, Northrop, Raytheon, who allegedly hold the hardware. Lue Elizondo says he interviewed dozens who described exactly that. They're under threat of prison, career death, family ruin. Some have died mysteriously. Coincidence? Unlikely, sass the skeptics.
Death finds everyone, but some faster when they talk. Now the real rot. These aren't tinfoil uncles. These are decorated Navy and Air Force personnel risking everything.
New sightings just surfaced. Something is back, it's close, and it's time to start worrying. Pentagon whistleblowers step forward.
I'm here today because the American people have both the right and the responsibility to know the truth about unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Something big just happened behind the closed doors of the nation's capital. For years, people whispered about secret programs and hidden craft. But now a high-ranking official has actually brought the receipts. This is a key detail because it involves more than just a single person's word. It is about sensor data, radar tracks, and thermal images that were marked as classified for over 20 years. A lot of people are confused about why this is happening now, but the truth is that the pressure from inside the military has become too much to ignore. This official revealed that there is a small group within the government that has been keeping the real data away from the public and even from most of Congress. Hands down, this is the most direct evidence we have ever seen. The crazy part is that these files include encounters that happened just last month. In one specific case, a Navy jet was flying off the coast when it encountered an object shaped like a large pill. This object was about 40 feet, 12 meters long, and had no visible wings or engines. According to the leaked data, it was hovering at 20,000 feet, 6,000 meters, before it dropped to sea level in less than 1 second. That is a speed of over 13,000 miles per hour, 21,000 kilometers per hour. No human-made aircraft can survive that kind of stress. It would literally turn a pilot into liquid. But here's the catch. The object did not just move fast. It moved with a type of intelligence that suggested it knew it was being watched. What most people do not realize is that the Pentagon has thousands of these videos. Most of them are high resolution and filmed in color, but we are only ever shown the grainy black and white clips. This official claims that the clear footage shows details like windows and smooth hulls with no seams. Basically, these things look like they were molded out of a single piece of unknown material. The official mentioned that they have tried to hit these objects with laser rangefinders, but the craft just absorbed the light. They are essentially invisible to some of our most advanced tracking systems. This is not just a few rumors in the air. It is a confirmed technological gap that our military cannot explain.
Take the pattern. Pilot reports a trans-medium tic-tac that drops from space and hovers in hurricane winds, then merges with the ocean, then finally vanishes at Mach 50 with zero sonic boom. From the chain of command, file it as drone. There was no investigation. The report vanishes. Careers hit turbulence, if you push. The official AARO's response: insufficient data, prosaic, no ET. They quickly close cases without interviewing the witness half the time. Maybe just a few as a tick box exercise. They've actually admitted destroying some Vandenberg records. They don't lobby hard for the very whistleblower shields Congress keeps asking for. So how can we believe the coming Trump files won't be the same type of whitewash? We can't. That's the point. It's just theatre, a show put on just for us. Distract with words like soon, while the real vaults stay buried deeper than my ex-wife's common sense.
Travel back to the 9th of September 2025, HVC 210, Capitol Visitor Center, Task Force on the Declassification of Federal Secrets, title, Restoring Public Trust Through UAP Transparency and Whistleblower Protection. Chairwoman Anna Paulina Luna opens like a warrior. The American people deserve maximum transparency. Sightings, acquisitions, examinations, whether they pose threat. Ranking Member Jasmine Crockett there too. Bipartisan fire. Witnesses sworn in.
Bun. Jeffrey Nuxatelli, USAF veteran, former military police officer of 16 years, 2003 to 2005 at Vandenberg AFB during national missile defense launches. 5 incidents, a massive flying building-size object, with pulsing objects approach security teams. Lights are out on the base, but the objects maneuver impossibly for their size. Reports were filed up-chain. 0 guidance back. We sent information up, but we got no guidance down. Later, AARO claims the records were destroyed by the Air Force. He testifies, transparency is the foundation of truth. Without it, witnesses are dismissed. Protect them, and you embolden others to do the same and speak out. These phenomena challenge our deepest assumptions about reality, consciousness, and our place in the universe. Exploring them can unlock transformative breakthroughs in technology and biology.
Breakthroughs like free energy, 0 point, anti-gravity that ends oil wars. Exactly what they don't want unlocked while energy prices crush you and governments control the tap. They just pretend they don't.
2. Chief Alexandro Wiggins, active duty, U.S. Navy, senior. Chief Petty Officer of over 23 years as Operations Specialist. First active sailor to testify publicly. 15th of February 2023, USS Jackson, Whiskey 291 warning area off Southern California. The time, 7:15 p.m. Exact words from his statement read,
A self-luminous, tic-tac shaped object emerged from the ocean before linking up with 3 other similar objects. The 4 then disappeared simultaneously with a high synchronized, near instantaneous acceleration. I observed no sonic boom, no conventional propulsion signatures, no exhaust plume. Multi-sensor setup recorded inside the ICC-1 with time/location overlay. These observations were made public by journalists.
He demands reporting without stigma, protection without retribution. Sailors need to know the reporting won't harm their careers. Representative Bolbert asked, could this be explained by any known technology we or others possess? Wiggins essentially said no. A video shown in the hearing, Representative Eric Burleson drops a never-before-seen MQ-9 Reaper drone footage segment from the 30th of October 2024, just off Yemen. A Hellfire missile fired at a bright orb. The missile hits, however, bounces off. The orb keeps flying, apparently unaffected, and seems to absorb debris. Congress gaspes. First public proof. US forces engaged a UAP and lost, all unaffected and escaped. 3. Dylan Borland, a USAF veteran, geospatial intel specialist, between 2010 to 2013, contractor work with BAE and Intrepid. 2012, Langley Air Force Base, a 100-foot silent equilateral triangle made from some sort of reflective fluid material. It interferes with phones, etc. It shoots up instantly, showing zero disturbance. Later he gains SAP excess. He confirms legacy UAP crash retrieval programs running without congressional oversight. Intel officers are terrified of retaliation. Borland becomes former whistleblower to ICIG and AARO post-Grush. Retaliation hell, career now blocked. VA malpractice, forged documents, and harassment claimed, clearance yanked, and blacklisted. Numerous individuals have come forward as patriots, yet many feel discarded and isolated, left feeling hopeless. 4. George Knapp, legendary investigative journalist. He drops the hammer. The public has been told since the 1940s nothing to worry about. Witnesses are crackpots. Yet FOIA documents from military intel behind closed doors admit these things are real. They fly in formation, they are evasive, they outperform any aircraft known, including ours and those we know of. It's a case of paper trail versus public liars. 5. Joe Spielberger, project on government oversight, on stronger legal shields. Lawmakers Grill, Representative Burchett on protections, Representative Luna on AARO failures, Representative Burleson on the missile video. Witnesses call out AARO for slow-walking record destruction and skepticism over science. One notes, former AARO head attacked witnesses. The hearing ends with calls for UAP-specific whistleblower acts, declassification where possible without harming OPSEC, and metadata-preserved sensor releases for public scrutiny.
Missile bounces off orb. That's not alien. That's embarrassing for Raytheon's quarterly report. Active Navy personnel testifying. Is career suicide? Respect. Vandenberg records were destroyed. Convenient as my lunch breaking a tooth on a tombstone. This hearing wasn't theater for believers. It was evidence. The machine is cracking. But still, no full disclosure. Why? Because the next layer is contractors.
For me, Lue Elizondo isn't just another voice, he's the main guy. He's the former director of ATIP, the Pentagon's Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program. The guy who ran the official hunt inside the DoD. Authored his book Imminent, which I've read and found it a very interesting read. Lue is careful of the information he gives, mainly people's names. He won't give them out without permission of if still in active duty. The same with some locations that are still in operation, as to prevent people storming the area looking for little green men or their crafts. I know he knows more than what he has said publicly, or what he describes in his book. Really wish I knew more of the classified information. Well, we all do. That's why we are here, trying to dig and uncover more about the universe around us. He's also testified multiple times, including prior joint hearings. he's briefed Congress, senators like Rubio, Gillibrand, Rounds. Why he matters? Its credibility. Career intel officer. Harry Reid confirmed his role. He describes the US has been running retrieval and reverse engineering programs that have been running for decades. Non-human craft, biologics, materials moved to private aerospace companies, Lockheed Skunk Works, Northrop, Boeing and Raytheon, that is explicitly referenced in his accounts and interviews. Offloading exotic metamaterials via AAWSAP type programs. Psychological operations run against civilians and reporters who get too close. The ongoing monitoring of UAP in restricted airspace. Interestingly, between 2025 to 2026, he sent memos to Trump warning of a nightmare scenario if adversaries reverse engineer first. He called for UAP XR. Trump has been fully briefed. He claims the programs are real, hidden from Congress, via carve-outs, funded by black budgets. Elizondo connects the dots the September hearing witnesses hinted at. The inner workings aren't just sightings, their possession, study, weaponization potential. And the reason AARO downplays? Well, it's obvious. Compartmentalization. This limits the leaks. AARO gets the sanitized view. The real SAPs stay invisible.
Lue is the bridge. He walked the halls, saw the files, risked it all. If even half is true, the coming releases will be redacted to hell. But the whistleblower momentum forces leaks anyway. Here's where the scythe swings. They're hiding non-human tech, or at minimum, breakthrough human tech that looks alien, because it ends scarcity. Free energy, zero-point extraction from the vacuum, anti-gravity propulsion. It's allegedly been cracked in black programs since Roswell, or even before. But release it, and oil empires collapse. The endless wars that make money for resources become pointless. Energy prices skyrocket in ongoing conflicts to keep you dependent, taxable, controllable. Governments lose the poor little me on a lonely planet narrative. If we're not alone, or if tech makes us gods, the fear grid fails. You stop accepting crumbs. You question why elites fly private while preaching climate austerity. Elites, global core, certain bloodlines, intel cabals thrive when you feel powerless. Poor little me versus the universe. Keeps you consuming, voting, obeying. Disclosure threatens that. Better to drip maybe someday while locking the patents in SAPs.
Taxpayer money builds it. You get the bill and the denial. AARO plays it down because admitting means admitting Congress was lied to for decades. Whistleblower protections. They fight them because protected voices start to multiply. And as for the classified programs, never named, they fall under sources and methods. Yet your money still funds things like the hangars. In the files, boring reports, a few wild videos, heavily redacted, of course, maybe one unresolved case. Whistleblower claims of craft and bodies, redacted, or simply just denied. Contractors, not mentioned, but the pressure builds. The government's new alien.gov domain is waiting. Trump's push. Is this just theatre for the masses to make us believe the government is, or can be, open with its people, the narrative of trust in government. One thing is, however, clear: the good stuff, the things we talk about online in community forums, that material will remain in the shadows, maybe one day being leaked. But for now, we sit and we wait. In the meantime, keep watching the skies. That dimly lit light moving across the night sky might not be Starlink.
Mortals, the dead don't lie. The files might. Stay vigilant. Question everything. Support real protections. Demand the unredacted. Because the truth isn't coming gently, it's being clawed out. And if they release nothing but balloon documents, I'll be waiting, with receipts and a shovel. Subscribe, rate, share with your conspiracy coven, and give us a review. This is Grim, signing off. Stay skeletal. Stay suspicious.
Next episode, The Contractor Vaults, a Lockheed deep dive, exclusive for our subscribers on Apple Podcasts. Not a subscriber? Not to worry, we will also be back exposing more government corruption, new files and evident information. Us, the taxpayers, will be taken as fools no longer. Remember to follow us on X and keep an eye on our YouTube channel. We have must-see interviews coming soon. And if you can spare just one moment to leave us a review, you will be helping us reach more people. Thank you. Until next time, stay safe, stay out of the shadows, and we will see you again, somewhere in time.
Shadows on the staircase, ink across the case file. Something in the air hums cold and almost vital. A red string on the wall now, circles around day, cross names, every quiet headline pointing to the same old flame. Handprints in the margins, coffee rings and blacked out lines. If the truth is buried, why does it scratch inside our minds? Welcome to the evident conspiracy files, where the simple story fractures then divides. Every perfect answer flickers when you shine the light. ECF, where the pattern hides in plain sight. Footsteps in the hallway, key turns, but no one speaks. Secrets under floorboards, breathing through the board, it slowly